Hello everybody and welcome to the channel Bob Sales this time's next year. So with MCP somewhat in play, is it time to start looking at some of the purchases you could perhaps buy and make money off within the week? So for this video, I think we're going to take a look at ultra rare comic rarities, and I think we're going to look at the range of 12 gems to 13 gems price range, and perhaps the potential that that could double to 25 gems. With the market being somewhat down and a lot of people just waiting for progress right now, I think big purchases are definitely off the table. Now the ultra rare floors do seem to be moving in places, and some of them haven't quite caught up yet. With there only being so many on floor, it literally takes 2 or 3 purchases before the floors are moved up. So you're buying the second best rarity in the app, you're buying it for around 12 gems floor, with the potential of hopefully doubling the price within the week. But of course, if that don't happen, you will always be building the MCP points up. So with all that being said, let me give you a quick run through of the MCP points for this particular item. So for the ultra rare cover, you're going to be getting 3 points. Now, of course, if you own duplicate comic covers, the second will be worth 50% of the daily points, the third is 25%, and the fourth is 10%. And remember, the lowest 5% mint comics available gets you an extra 50% points. So as we're covering ultra rares in this one, that'll actually be 1.5 points. I think that's how it works. The first comic in this list I want to take a look at is Tales to Astonish 90. This, of course, is the first appearance of Abomination, and it's a Silver Age comic. The mint run for this is actually 20,000, which is not too high. And right now, there's 21 ultra rares on the floor, and it's 11 gems. Within roughly 12 purchases, that price was going to go up to 20 gems. That's of course if holders don't clock the floors move. Next comic I'm going to take a look at is actually X-Men Alpha 1. And yes, in real life this is probably a dollar bin comic, and it's a fairly new comic. So right now the floor price is actually sitting at 13 gems. On this ultra rare variant there's actually only 10 listed. Of course when the price goes up more will get listed. But right now I do know that Wolverine is very collectible no matter where it is, no matter what cover it is. It is still the ultra rare variant, and MCP is taken into play. So right now at 13 gems, I think that's a pretty safe investment. The mint run for this comic was actually only 10,000, and within about 7 the floors jumped double. So I think the next comic book we're going to look at is another Silver Age comic book, and it's actually Daredevil 102. Now the total mint on this one's 10,000 again, and right now for the ultra rare there's 9 listed on the floor. Currently the floor price is 13 gems, and within 6 listings it's sat at 20 gems. This actually has the potential to go up to 30 gems by the end of today. None of this is financial advice, of course. Now the cover itself is actually a great action sequence in itself, and I definitely think it's one of the better covers in the app. So the next comic book I want to talk about is The Fallen Sons, but I think we'll talk about The Fallen Sons as a collective themselves. So The Fallen Sons are not the best comics in the world. They are a modern age comic, and they are a 30,000 mint run, one of the highest in the app. That being said, the only place you can make money on The Fallen Sun is definitely the ultra rares. With the Fallen Sun book, some of the ultra rares are some of the best action scenes there are in the app. Now some of these parts have already gone over the 12 gems buy-in price we're looking for, but that's definitely not a bad thing because it shows the rest of them can catch up. So for this one we're going to go with part 4. So right now the floor price is 12 gems, and as we know by the other books of the franchise, this can go up. Within 6 listings this has actually gone up to 25 gems. Now with these ones not being the most popular books in the world, I would only advise buying 4-digit mint. However, right now this floor itself don't actually have any 4-digit mints under 45 gems. But I do think the investment of 12 gems with the potential to gain profit over the next 3 days and gain MCP points is worth the play. Now as I say, they're all 30,000 mint runs, and yet the others have increased in value. I'm 100% sure that MCP is already starting to affect the prices. Now on the subject of Fallen Sun itself, the secret rares are probably some of the cheapest you can find in the app. However, this is a big warning. I have brought some of these secret rares for 50 gems thinking they couldn't go lower, and they've actually gone under 35 gems. So that could either be seen as a steal for easy points, or it could be seen as no one's interested in this book. And most of the Fallen Sun secret rares are not the best, I have to admit, but the ultra rares definitely have the potential. One of the other comic books I think you should take a look at is New Avengers 7. Again, this is a modern age comic book and the total mint run is 30,000, so it's rather high. Now this book is definitely a $1 bin comic and the secret rare is probably the worst we have on the app. That being said, I do own 8 commons and I do own the secret rare and the ultra rare. And of course this one does have the fun factor of being the first appearance of the Illuminati. So right now the floor's sitting at a hard 11 gems. I've got to be honest, you've only got to look at the cover itself and see how many characters there are in that cover, and iconic ones at that. Within roughly 8 purchases, the floor's going to be up to 20 gems in no time. For me, this is one of my favourite covers in the app, which is why I do own it. But again, in my experience and from what I've purchased myself, I would advise you not to buy this cover, not to buy this comic even, apart from the ultra rare. For the low risk, for the points, I can definitely see this floor doubling within a matter of days. Changing pace a bit, I think the next comic we're going to take a look at is Adventure into Fear 19. This, of course, is the first appearance of Howard the Duck. This one has a very low mint edition of 7,500. Right now, there's 25 listings available and the floor price is 13 gems. Now I do think we're going to be seeing Howard the Duck in the future. As we found out from the story of Howard the Duck, the history of Howard the Duck, his powers could be unlimited. With this of course being one of the more niche comics on the app as well, I do think that does bring a bit more collectability to it. Again with this one, the ultra rare cover is definitely the best one out of the lot, and I do believe the floor on this one's going to get to 20 to 22 gems in the next couple of days. Bearing in mind there's only 7,500 editions total, 13 gems for the ultra rare. It's got to be a steal at this price. Next one on the list again is a Silver Age comic. It is one of the newer comics in the app. This one of course is Avengers 181. This is the first appearance of Scott Lang, Ant-Man. The mint on this one is also 10,000 editions. Now one of the bad things about the web app is if the drop is still available in the store, it tends not to want to show you the market prices. So if I've got any sort of editing ability in me, that will appear on the screen now. So there is actually 21 available and the floor price is 13 gems. Well, just under 13 gems. Again, within 10 purchases, this will be up to 20 to 25 gems. Again, with the cover, there are multiple heroes on there, multiple iconic ones at that. The storyline itself is actually about the Avengers cutting down to only 7 members. I do think this one's very underrated in the app and I do see the price increasing.
MCP, got MCP. I want utility, utility. Driving in my lap, in the VeVe, in the VeVe. Yeah, you know it's true. Yeah, you know it's true. In 2032.
Really couldn't help myself with that one. That was the perfect ending for this video. Thank you for the permission. As always, I've been your host, Bob Sales. This time next year, we will be millionaires. A peace.